There are great rewards in saying yes to Christ and no to our will. The problem is that when people hear the word reward, they often think only of money, success, comfort, or some outward blessing they can immediately see. So when they read about peace, joy, purpose, wisdom, or fellowship with God, they may look at those things and think, that doesn't seem like much. But ask the person battling depression if peace is a small reward. Ask the person whose mind is filled with anxiety day and night if peace is a small reward. Ask the person trapped in an abusive relationship, the person carrying grief, the person who feels alone, the person who is on the verge of giving up. Ask them if joy is a small reward. Suddenly, those rewards don't look small anymore. There are billionaires who would trade all their wealth just to experience genuine peace. There are people with fame, influence, and status who will give everything they own if they could restore a broken relationship with their son, daughter, parent, or spouse. There are people surrounded by possessions who secretly wish they could experience the contentment that comes from knowing God. The enemy wants people to look at what Christ offers and think, that's it? He wants peace to seem ordinary, joy to seem insignificant, and fellowship with God to seem unimportant. Why? Because if people truly understood the value of these gifts, they would run to Christ. When someone encounters Jesus, you may not see dramatic physical changes overnight, but internally, everything begins to change. Their perspective changes, their desires changes, their thinking changes. They begin to see life differently. These are treasures that cannot be measured by money. This is why Paul was able to endure so much. He had tasted something far greater than status, reputation, praise, or earthly success. In other words, Paul was saying, you can keep the world, you can keep the applause, you can keep the status and recognition. I found something infinitely greater. Saying no to your flesh can be uncomfortable. Surrendering your will can be difficult. Obedience can cost you something. But while it may feel like you're losing something in a moment, God is producing something far greater within you. You're gaining wisdom, you're gaining character, you're gaining spiritual maturity, you're gaining a peace that circumstances cannot take away. Most importantly, you're gaining Christ himself. Jesus never promised that following him would be easy, but he did promise that it would be worth it. The Christian life is a beautiful paradox. When we surrender our plans, our desires, and our lives to Christ, we don't end up with less, we end up with far more. There are great rewards in saying yes to Christ and no to our own will. Some rewards are experienced now, and some will be experienced in eternity. But every single one of them is worth it because they lead us to the greatest reward of all, knowing Jesus Christ.